Is Connor the best chugger in the league? Juice balls or just sucking balls? Where would Cam end up on the FBI's most wanted list? And is Chumba gay? All that and more on this Week 9 recap of the Fantasy Balls. Couldn't keep it in. Of the Fantasy Balls Fantasy Baseball League. Welcome back, everybody, to beautiful Colorado. Second, as Chumba pointed out earlier, second recap from Colorado. I was a little under the weather last week. If you didn't notice, I was just, all the color had gone from my face. So I apologize for that. I did my best. Pretty decent. But you know, we move. We're back. My apartment, I have to find a place to put all these boxes. I found a place. I have to bring them, whatever. Anyway, telling you right now, probably going to be a bit of a longer recap. It's already 8:30. I know I'm late, boys. I'm sorry. But a lot went down this week. A lot of stuff went down this week. So let's start, as we always start, with this week's Game of the Week. If you remember, me, Will Golder, claimed Team Badussi versus Juice Balls as the Game of the Week. And, John, you just, like, what the fuck, man? Like, again, I feel like, what's happening? You put up 1 point on Monday to Connor's 44, never looked back. He never looked back. Not once was he like, wonder what John's doing back there. Nope. Streamed along. I will say, you put up 76 on Tuesday. That's a good day. But that's the only day that you put up more than 35 points in a single day, buddy. And, in the group chat, you said something how you're not going to shotgun. You're the lowest scorer this week, bud. By a long shot. You're the only one that didn't make 200, buddy. What the fuck's going on, dude? Juice balls or just sucking balls? Again, don't know what you're up to. Make a trade. Make some acquisitions. I don't know. You lost to Connor. Alright? He's the only team that's, like, basically a free win other than you. And you lost. So, I just don't know anymore. Love you, bud, but that's it. Your reign is over. You're 0-9. Are you out of the playoffs? Let me see. Where's the standings? You have a 1% chance to make the playoffs right now. 1% chance of making the playoffs. So you're not mathematically eliminated, but I bet if you lose this week, which, who you playing this week? Cameron? Oh, you got a lead right now. Aaron Nola pitched a good game. Oh, you got a couple good pitching matchups for you. But whatever. I'm not looking forward to next week. I'm talking about this week. You're 0-9 right now. Cameron is going to make you 0-10, or is trying to make you go 0-10. By the way, does Justin just like buttholes? Why'd I call him Justin? Does Brochard just want to see Cameron's butthole? What's going on with that? Anyway, I totally just lost my train of thought. I wanted to put the butthole thing at the beginning with the other breaking news stories. Anyway, we roll. I still don't have access to my computer at my new job yet. HR hasn't sent me my login info, so I wasn't able to do my pre-research. I had to do it on my phone, and for those of you that use the app, it's not as detailed as, the website. So, anyway, we move forward. Drippy Droppers. The Drippy Droppers taking down Team Wallach. What? This was a fucking game, gents. A fucking game. The Drippy Droppers came to score 74 on Sunday night. 74 points Sunday night to overcome Griff scoring 85 and 93 on Friday and Saturday. There's a moth in my apartment. Apparently Colorado has a moth season. Learn that. Anyway, 3-point game for the Drippy Droppers to take the W, to move to 3-6. As stated last week, both the Drippy Droppers and Team Badussi are 3-6, both towards the bottom of the league. But Alec feels in a much better position. The other really impressive thing about this, Griff started 13 pitchers. Alec only started 7. He used half his pitchers and still won the matchup. Absolute baller move from Alec. His batters put up 204 points this week, right? His pitchers only got him 99, and he pulled out the dub. Griff, on the other hand, only got 106 from his batters. I think that's the issue here, Griff. You almost got 200 points from your pitchers, but, just couldn't pull it out. I talked to Griff on the phone for almost 2 hours the other day, and I'm pretty sure he wanted me to mention something. And I totally forget what it is. So I'm sorry, Griff. Love you, bud. I think it was about how your pitchers put up a ton of points. Maybe I'm wrong. You got some negatives here. Josh Hader ended up negative. Martin Perez ended up negative. So I'm sure that didn't help. Tough to see Hader go negative for the week. Only pitched an inning, gave up 2 runs. That's tough for Hader. But Griff, I'm sure you'll be fine, Griff. I'm sure you'll come back. It wasn't a perfect season, but you're 7-3 now, or no, you're 7-2 now. Yeah, 7-2 now. You're gonna be fine, buddy. I have faith in you. But Alec, way to fucking go, bud. Way to fucking go. Right. Next, we got what I think is the best matchup of the week. Myself and Eddie. This game, boy oh boy. I didn't do the math. I was going to, but I couldn't get into my computer yet again. I'm pretty sure going into the Sunday night matchup against the Yankees and Dodgers, this was if not tied game, it was within 2 points. And throughout the Yankee-Dodger game, this matchup was going back and forth. Eddie ended up beating me by 5 points. But listen, I scored the second most points in the league this week. All right, Eddie was the only person that could beat me. I'll take it, right? Whatever. Eddie had a good week. I scored 95 points Sunday night to Eddie's 14 to come back. I was down damn near, what would that have been if I lost by 5 and I scored 95? I was down like 80 points or something. I don't fucking know, right? My team fought tooth and fucking nail to come back, right? Eddie and I both real good weeks. Eddie had 180 from his batters, 186 from his pitchers, right? I had 129 from my batters and 232 from my pitchers. 232. It's because Marcus Stroman put up fucking 62, and I blew it. I gave Jake a lot of shit, like week 3 or something, giving up. I'm pretty sure it was Jake. Somebody scored like 80 points for him. Gave him a lot of shit. I'm impartial, Jake. I'm not letting my guys off, and I know it's on me as the manager, right? Scored 62 points, I still couldn't pull out the dub. That's on me. It's the most points anybody scored this week, right? Any player, the most score by any player, and I blew it, right? And I had a good week. I had 3 guys. Well, I had 2 other guys that almost put up 30 points, but Eddie just consistent all week long. He put up 90 points twice. Put up 91 on Tuesday, 93 on Saturday. Right? I was just lazy. I took the lead early, 72-22, but then I had a 14-point game followed by a 14-point day followed by a 17.5-point day. Can't have that. Just can't have that. I didn't have any pitchers going that day, either of those days, starting pitchers at least, and I knew that. I knew that going in that I didn't have any pitchers. I was hoping the bats would be a little hot, and they weren't. And that's on me as a manager. I should have seen that and predicted that and made a course of actions to change that. So I'm not letting myself off the hook, Jake. Don't worry. Just like I gave you shit, if you heard the things in this head right now, But anyway, great job, Eddie. Proud of you, bud. Only person that would have beat me this week, though. I'm not going to forget that. Moving forward, I feel like this next matchup, Jake, you got away with one. I know I just gave you some, I was just being nice to you a second ago. Time to be shitty. I feel like you got away from one here, right? Again, you only used half your pitching days, which totally fine. Put up 275 though. I know Cameron's a better team than this. Cam only put 247 up. I don't know what's going on over there in placeholder. By the way, placeholder's kind of becoming the name. It seems like it's not going to be changing. But even though you only started 7 people, Jake, you still got 100 points from your pitchers. That's pretty good. Right? Not a terrible day. Terrible week. And Cameron got 100 plus from both batters and pitchers. But this is just a low scoring affair, and it happens sometimes. 275 to 247. But I feel like Jake snuck away with a win here. I feel like this is a week that Jake could have been taken down. and Cameron misses opportunity. So Jake, you got the win, but you're not off the hook because that's not you, bud. I know that's not you. You're better than that. 275. It's not a terrible day. It's not the worst. John didn't even score 200, so you're not like at the bottom. But I know you're better than that, bud. You can do better than that. And Cameron, not even getting 250. I feel like 250 is like, all right. We'll give it to you. You had an okay week, but not even getting 250, like 200, John. That's like you're barely trying. Like you got to try not to get 200, John. But to not get 250, what's going on? What's the excuse this week? Because there's always an excuse when you lose. Maybe it's just me, but I always hear an excuse when you lose. So who knows? And then we move on to the shit talker, Chumbawamba. Is he gay? Is he gay? It's not me. I'm not the one saying it. There were rumors, there were murmurs, as Chumba pointed out today as he did his shotgun, which props to you, holding up your end of the bet. We appreciate that. But drinking Bud Light, according to the internet, that means you're gay. So, Chumba gay, question mark. I don't know. I'm not saying it. I'm raising the point to be talked about. Okay? So, anyway, Chumba got real cocky in this game. Went up big early, 61-27, followed it up 41-25. He's at 100. He's up 100 to 50-ish, around there, 52 to 102. So he's up 50 points after Tuesday. Then he goes 75 to 30. He's still up, expanded his lead, not league, my bad. But then dropped 10 points on Thursday to Brochard's 55. Chumba came back real big dick swing, put up 100 flat on Friday to Brochard's 33, and he thought he had it in the bag. Boy did he think. No. Reset. Boy, did he think that he had it in the bag. There we go. That's English. Fuck. What the fuck? Thought he had it in the bag after scoring 100 on Friday to Brochard's 33. Again, didn't do the math, and I'm not going to do it right now because it's going to take me a little bit of time to calculate what the score was at this point in the week. But boy, he was up big. He was up pretty big. Big numbers. Got real fucking cocky. Not only did he already make the bet earlier in the week, I'm pretty sure the bet was after Monday, maybe after Tuesday, right? But now, after Friday, bet he was real fucking confident. And what does Brochard do on Saturday? Brochard texted me Saturday morning. And he was like, dude, I don't want to jinx myself, but I'm about to pull off the comeback of the fucking year against Chumba. Not an exact quote, but he did call it. He was like, I'm going to fucking come back and win this game. He called it. I can pull up the text messages where he was like, I don't want to jinx myself, but I'm going to fucking come back. And how does he respond after Chumba puts up 100 points on Friday? Put up 100 points himself on Saturday. Brochard comes back from 100, gives himself 100. And what does Chumba do? Puts up 12 points. I don't know that you could only have 14 starts in a week, this fucking commissioner. Same rule last year, bud, when you were in charge. So suck on that, gay boy. It came off a little homophobic. If you're gay, bud, all the power to you. And on Sunday, Brochard comes back after putting up 100 on Saturday to Chumba's 12. On Sunday, follows it up with 88 to Chumba's 24 to give him the win. And by the way, this isn't not a close game. 323 to 358. So not only did Chumba get fucking cocky as shit and put up 100 points, but he lost by what? Fucking 35? Lost by 35 still? Chumba boy. Chumbawamba. That's a tough look. That is a real fucking tough look. So, props to Brochard. And is the Long Island division racist? I don't know. He is the only person of color. The only one in the league, actually. But he's winning, so it does, again, I can't fight it because I'm a white guy. But he claimed it. So, how am I supposed to respond? I don't know. This is an equal opportunities league. We don't discriminate unless it's in the group chat where nobody's ever going to see it. Anyway, we move on. I hope nobody ever watches these videos if they're not fucking people in our league. I should probably make them private. Fuck. Moving on, boys, to the Week 10 rivalry week. Big fucking week coming up. So, just gonna run through the rivalries. We got me and Griff. Griff and I battling it out. Griff is currently up 12-0 on me. We'll see, Griff. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. For those of you that don't remember, Griff and I were the top 2 teams last year, and I beat him in the championship, and that is why we are rivals. Big Bruisers and PED users going head-to-head against Team Bodussi. Not really sure why these guys are rivals. They really aren't. They're fine. They're friends. I just think that they were the last 2 that didn't have an obvious rivalry. So they became the rivals of each other. Tight game already, 18-16. Team Bodussi up after Big Bruiser's big week last week. Next, we got Placeholder versus Juiced Balls. As much as Cameron used to threaten to cut my toes while I was sleeping, feed me dog treats while I was sleeping, and a number of other kind of fucked up things while I was sleeping. This is a bigger rivalry than Cam and I. John and Cameron, sometimes they're bitter rivals in person. Full-on yelling arguments, arguing. More John yelling at Cameron and Cameron laughing because Cameron's bullying John. I'm pretty sure for a long time John had a lock, like a locker lock in his car stuck there because I'm pretty sure Cameron put it there. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Cameron put it there and just left it and wouldn't tell John the code to get it off. So, a lot of back and forth in this rivalry. It's going on for years. But we know deep down they're friends, right? Or else it wouldn't be a real rivalry, right? That's not true. Whatever. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Then we got Clubhouse Space Cadets going against Team Sternly. Huge lead already. Let's not say huge. That seems excessive. 27-9. These 2 boys live together. I can only imagine the environment in the house this week. Casper is scared. For those of you that don't know, Casper is the cat that lives with them. Jake's cat, to be specific. Casper's scared. There's been yelling. There's been screaming. Fists have not been thrown yet, but by Saturday night, gotta be. As long as if it's a close game. If Jake starts running away with this, which I think he might, then it won't be a close game. Or they won't throw fists. But if it's a close game, Saturday night, fists are being thrown. Calling it in a friendly manner, but we'll see. And then this week's game of the week, and there's a reason for this game's game of the week other than, just being the game of the week. Drippy Droppers versus Lazy Team Name. And this is the game of the week because, as we know, Alec doesn't believe that Eddie exists. So Eddie's not real, allegedly, in Alec's mind, at least, and in real life, allegedly. So, what I propose as commissioner, and Alec, feel free to deny me here, but I think it's fair. If Eddie wins this week by at least 75 points, you have to admit that he's real. Again, Alec, feel free to deny that statement regardless. But I think that's fair. If Eddie gives you the business and takes care of you by 75 points, time to admit that he's a real person. It seems fair to me. Deny it if you want, but I think that's an agreement that we as a league can get behind. All right, so that's this week's game of the week because there's a lot riding on it. I think there should be a lot riding on it. Eddie, I know that you're real. That was for you, Alec. But we'll see. Drippy Droppers are up 1-0 already. So a lot can happen over the next 7 days. So that is this week's recap. A lot went down, boys. A lot went down, and we're looking forward to Rivalry Week. That's a word that I feel like I struggle with, and I don't know if I actually say it right. Rivalry. It sounds right, but it also sounds wrong. But looking forward to Rivalry Week. Hopefully we got some good matchups this week. Definitely some real hitters going head to head. Oop, John just expanded his league over Cameron. So, best of luck to all. And I guess we'll find out, is Eddie real? All right, that's a recap.